Hey guys, Luke back with another guide video. This one's going to be on Millicent's questline. So I'm going to go ahead and start now. To begin this questline, all you have to do is head to Caelid, and then on the eastern side of Caelid, right here in Gowry's shack, you will find Gowry sitting in a chair, and we'll go ahead and talk to him and see what he has to say.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed. I am Gowry, a great sage. In my day, anyway. I'd hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Sellia, the town you see there. Ah, then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Sellia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting sickness. The rotting sickness that afflicts Millicent has no cure. When the Erdtree flourished, even the demigods could not stave off its effects, despite their nigh godhood. But Millicent's suffering can be ameliorated. For this, you are to find a certain needle. Seek the deep, scarlet swamp of Aeonia outside Sellia's bounds. The needle, made from unalloyed gold, is lost somewhere there. First, you must find the unalloyed gold needle. It's hidden somewhere, then I will tell you the secret.
Alright, and then we're just going to go get the unalloyed gold needle from Commander O'Neill. And he is just right down here in the circle right here in the middle of the swamp. So we're going to head over there and we're going to try to kill that boss and get that item. And now that we are over in Inner Aeonia, right before the Commander fight, by the grace, we're just going to head in and kill him. And then once we kill him, that'll be the needle we need to give to Gowry. And I'll go ahead and just skip to the part where he's dead. And then once you kill him, his allies will despawn, and then he'll drop the unalloyed gold needle. And we'll take this needle back to Gowry's shack. And then once you have the unalloyed gold needle, you'll head back to Gowry and talk to him.
Oh, you found the unalloyed gold needle. As promised, I've detailed the secret of Sellia right here. Go on. It's yours. Now let me have a look at the needle. Well, this is a marvel indeed. The work of a true artisan, a meticulous, bold craftsman who grasps the essence of life. Can you give me some time with this? As well made as it is, it won't be much use snapped in half, will it?
And he'll need some time to repair the needle, so I'm just going to reload my save. You can go to a nearby grace and walk back, but I think reloading the save is just a little bit faster. And now that we're reloaded, we're going to come back and talk to him again.
I your return. The needle is repaired. Now it will forestall the rotting sickness, I'm sure. Will you give it to the girl, Millicent? I will reward you in kind. Millicent tended to by the witless pests who worship her, or rather her rotting sickness, as a god. A wretched fate, indeed. The poor girl, she never wished for any of this. Do you find it peculiar that I would show such concern for the girl? Well, I'm the one that found her, a mere babe in the swamp of Aeonia. She is one of my dear daughters. But the rotting sickness erodes one's memory. I doubt that she remembers the first thing about me. Oh, I must be getting old. I didn't always worry so much. do is deliver the needle to Millicent. She's convalescing in the church atop the cliff just beyond Sellia. Do so, and you shall receive a handsome recompense, of course.
Alright, and now we're going to go solve the Sellia Town puzzle, which is pretty easy. You just need to light the 3 fires on the high points in the town. One's right over there. Another one's up there. You can see it's sort of blue. So we are just going to head all the way back here. Once you get to the stairs right here, you'll jump over onto the tree and make your way over this way. The first tower is right here. I think they might already be lit for me, but I'm going to go up and show you anyway. Yep, you'll light this fire right here, pressing triangle or Y. Then you'll drop down and head across up onto this tree, and then do the same for this tower. Climb up there and light that. And then come over this way. Jump across. And then jump across here. Up this way. And then across again right here. And this will take you to the 3rd tower. And then once you climb this tower and light that fire, it'll unlock the door over here. And we're just going to jump across and head up. And this is how we get to Millicent. Feel free to grab this grace. Avoid these boulders that spawn. There are 2 Kindred of Rots up ahead. I'm just gonna take the left side of the building. And then here we'll find Millicent. And we'll go ahead and talk to her.
Who's there? Well, it matters not. If you are wise, you will leave immediately. My flesh writhes with scarlet rot. It is a curse, not to be meddled with by man. You ask that I stab myself with the needle to quell the scarlet rot, but how? Never mind. I've decided I would rather trust you than simply continue to spoil from within. Would you mind averting your eyes for a moment? Well, that was easier than expected. But why do I feel so?
Right, and we're just going to rest at the grace and then talk to her again.
I hoped to see you again. My apologies for when last we met. I fainted before I could even thank you. Everything is as you said. Since inserting the needle, the scarlet rot has ceased to writhe. Even the nightmares have abated. And now, though I can scarcely believe it myself, I can move as I please. Not that I could ever truly repay you, but I would like you to have this, by way of thanks. A token though it is.
And that's how you get the Prosthesis-Wearer Heirloom.
I'm considering leaving. On a journey. With the needle buried in my flesh, I've started to recall but dimly, my destiny. It's all thanks to you. My name is Millicent. I pray fate permits us meet again. I'm considering leaving with the needle buried. My destiny.
Alright, and then we'll head back to the shack where Gowry's at, down here. And instead of Gowry being here, it should be Millicent. And we'll go ahead and talk to her.
Oh, hello again. Something about this place felt familiar to me, so I decided to pay a visit. Hoping to find someone here, but I've only found emptiness. Perhaps before my departure, I needed someone to say farewell to. Well, never mind that. I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong. Well, I must focus.
Alright, and then we're going to reload the area again, and Gowry should return. And now that Gowry's back, you can purchase some spells from him.
Kindly for giving the needle to Millicent. Now she too can begin her journey and stare her fate straight in the eye. You've been a saint through and through. As thanks, I vow to impart to you my knowledge of the lost sorceries of the Sellians, descendants of the Eternal.
This is how you get Glintstone Stars, Night Shard, and Night Maiden's Mist.
Oh, you noticed, did you? Indeed, Millicent did visit this hovel of a home. It seems the memories eaten away by the rotting sickness yet remain, but faintly. However, she has no need of me anymore. No, she must embark on her journey and stare her fate in the eye. I mustn't impede. As I've aged, I've found the best way to aid the young is to be forgotten.
Alright, and now we are going to head up to the Erdtree-Gazing hill up in Altus Plateau, right here. To get here, all you have to do is go up the Grand Lift of Dectus or head through the Ruinstone Precipice and kill the Magma Wormmaker boss fight. And then that'll take you to the Abandoned Coffin, and then you can just head up. You can also use her as a summon for the Magma Wormmaker boss fight if you haven't done it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and fast travel to the Erdtree-Gazing hill. And she should be standing somewhere nearby. Right over here. And I'll show you on the map. Right by the Erdtree-Gazing hill.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The scarlet rot has stilled since last we met. As such, I've been able to continue my journey. Though rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle. Now I'm tracing the path Melania took, after unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot during her battle with General Radahn in the Caelid Wilds. I should like to meet her. This vanished woman. I think she's in the north, in the lands that lie beyond the Erdtree. Now, she's past.
Alright, and now that we've exhausted her dialogue, we're going to head up to the Shaded Castle. Right here, this lies between the Altus Plateau and Mount Gelmir. To get here, you'll just need to go to the Bridge of Inequity, cross it, and drop down, and I'll go ahead and show you an example of that. There is a spirit spring over here. We're just going to drop down onto it. And then there will be another one nearby somewhere we can jump. Right over here. And then we'll just keep right and head up this way. And we're now under the bridge that we first started from. Heading up towards the shaded castle, just right here. And we're gonna go to the back of it. Because in the back of it is where we'll find the Valkyrie's prosthesis. That is Millicent's missing arm. And we're going to come in and immediately take a left. And by left, I mean not go left, this way. And then we're going to jump over to this. And then hop down and head over this way. Climb up the ladder. And now we're going to take a left as soon as we get down in here. And then back here is going to be a clean rot knight. You can either kill him or ignore him. For the sake of time, I'm just going to run right past him. And pick up the item we need that's in this chest right here. And make my way back to a safe spot where I can fast travel back to Millicent.
Now, I'm tracing she's passed and... Are you giving me this arm? Thank you. I am in your debt yet again. I think if the arm serves well enough, it might be possible for me to wield a sword again. If the arm serves, it might be
Alright, and then the next step is to head to the Dominula Windmill Village, this place up here. And at the very top is going to be a Godskin Apostle, and we're going to kill that guy. And that guy is going to move us on to the next step of her quest. And you can use her as a summon as well, if you'd like. And now that we're at Dominula Windmill Village, we're just going to head up the hill. And at the top, we're going to fight the Godskin Apostle. I'm just going to go ahead and kill him and skip to the part where he's dead. And then once he's dead, we'll come over here and grab this grace. And then I'm going to go ahead and rest and reset the area. And Millicent will be standing right over here, and we're going to go ahead and talk to her.
Ah, we meet yet again. The arm you gave me truly is a thing of wonder. It feels just like my own. Even handling a sword. Perhaps it is foolish to say this to you of all people, but I am sure of my skill with the sword. Thus, I would have you call upon me in battle, should you ever have the need. I would have you call upon it is the only way.
And the next place we'll find her is in the Mountaintops of the Giants. To do that, you'll need to go up the Grand Lift of Rold, which means you'll have to first finish the Lanedale capital area by defeating Margot, and that's how you get the Medallion of Rold to go up the lift. And then once you're in the Mountaintops of the Giants, she's going to be up here somewhere. And I'll go ahead and show you where that is now. The next location you'll find her at in the Mountaintops of the Giants is right here by the Grace of Ancient Snow Valley Ruins. To get here, I just came from the Freezing Lake and walked down. And then I'm going to exhaust her dialogue, and then she's going to move to the next area.
To think we'd meet in such a place. What could your purpose possibly... No. I know well enough who you are. And what I know is good enough for me. Call upon me again, in battle, should you have the need. I'm searching for a fort to the north of the ruins. I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that allowed him to visit the Haligtree. Indeed, I believe that is where Melania will be found. The Haligtree is hidden somewhere in these northern lands. I'm searching for a...
Alright, and she gives you the hint that you need to go to Fort Sol, which is right here, just above where she's at. You'll just head to the Freezing Lake, head up around, and then you'll defeat the boss in this fort right here, Commander Nail, the same guy from earlier in the Swamp of Aeonia. And then once you defeat him, you'll head up his tower and you'll get the right or left half of the Haligtree Medallion. And then after that, you'll head back to southern Liurnia down here. And then underneath in the village of Albinurix will be a guy, and I'll just go ahead and show you where he's at because he's a little hidden. Once you're in the village of Albinurix here, oops, you'll head up east. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this perfumer real quick. And then back here, there's gonna be a guy who's a barrel. I've already done him and got the other half of the medallion from him, but he's gonna be right here. He's gonna look like a barrel, and you're gonna hit him, and he's gonna be like, "I'm not actually a barrel, please stop hitting me." And then you'll talk to him, and he'll give you the other half of the medallion you need to go up the secret lift. You'll head back to the grand lift of Rolled, and then you'll hit left or right on your D-pad, and that'll switch it to be the secret side of the lift. And that'll bring you up here, which is Haligtree, and then from there I will show you where you need to go. And now we are in the hidden area called Haligtree. And this place is very dangerous, so be careful. As you can see. Gonna grab the Grace right here and rest at it. And now I'm gonna make my way up through the area and find the map fragment. I'll just go ahead and do it with you guys. Not that you can really see much anyway, it's very snowy.
Do you hear me? It is I, Lieutenant. We have reached the land of Mikla's Haligtree, where Lobo and I began our travels. It's entirely thanks to you that I'm so close to home. These great snow-laden lands
I'm just gonna keep heading north. And I hope to run into an area where I can see a little bit. This doesn't look like that far of a drop. And then I see a grace over here. Or, not a grace. Yep, there it is. And if you want the grace, it's just right here. And the map fragment is right up here. And now that we have our map fragment, we're just going to head up to, I think it's called Ordina, something Liturgical Town, something like that. We're going to head up this way to that town. And then we need to solve a puzzle in the town. Ordina, not Idina. And that is how we'll gain access to Haligtree. There are archers here that do a good bit of magical damage. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some magic resistance. And I'm going to head up this way. And we need to enter this Evergoal right here. In this town. And it'll say light the 4 fires. Now inside of this Evergoal is some invisible enemies. And they do quite a bit of damage, so I'm going to put on my Ritual Shield Talisman to raise my defense since my HP is maxed. I am fat rolling, so I'm going to have to take my torch off. But the first one is just right here. As you can see, they are going to be spamming you with backstabs, so be careful just to try to avoid it. And the first one is right here. And then I'm just going to run through here. Make a right and then right again and head up this ladder. Climb this one, and then the next one we'll light is right at the top here. Then we're going to immediately hop down, and there's going to be some archers up ahead. That's probably the hardest part of this area. It's dealing with these guys. We're going to try to time it right to where we don't get shot. We're going to go hit her. We're just going to spam attack her so she can't keep shooting us with stuff we don't want to get hit by. And now that she's down, we'll climb this ladder. And then this one here. And this is where we'll get our next candle we'll light. And there's one more to light, and it's right over there, where my head's at. So we're just going to hop immediately back down where we started the Evergoal. Right over here. We're going to go around the corner, and there should be a ladder over here we can use. And this should be our final candle, and that will light the way to Haligtree for us. And now that we have the seals broken, we can head up this way. And make our way to the Haligtree. And now I'll attempt to do a run through of this place. I think I'll run with this setup. We're making our way to the prayer room Grace. Alright, and now that we are here, we're going to drop down right over here. Grab this Grace here. Gonna rest. And then start heading this way. Head through here and then jump across. Careful of these guys. And there's a Grace up ahead we can grab. Jump down here. Unfortunate. We'll just drop down here. I'm gonna heal up. There's a guy down here who's gonna fire some magic at us. He's roll catching us pretty good. And the boss fight is right down here in this room. So be ready to fight a boss. There's a Stake of America right here. And then once you have her defeated, you'll rest at the Grace. And you'll go ahead and spend your souls. And we're going to make our way to the prayer room Grace. There is a ancient dragon smithing stone or an ancient somber dragon smithing stone in that chest right there. I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of those. So feel free to go up and get that. I'm going to go in and down the elevator. And now we are in Elphael, Brace of the Haligtree, and inside this room is the prayer room we're looking for. We're just going to run right by the Clean Rot Knight. And you can see Millicent right there. And I'm just going to reset to drop aggro off of him. And now we have found Millicent here in the prayer room. So we're going to go ahead and talk to her.
Again we meet. I can only surmise our purposes are aligned. In which case, allow me to explain myself. I am of Melania's blood, but in what capacity I know not. I could be sister, daughter, or an offshoot. Whatever the case, though, I am certain of a kinship between us. There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was once her own. The dignity. The sense of self. That allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot. The pride she abandoned. To meet Radahn's measure.
Now we need to make our way to Elphael Inner Wall. So we're just going to head straight out. And just keep running. Up ahead there's going to be some turret guys, so be ready to start spamming dodge roll. And run past the big tree guy. Hopefully you're better at dodging than I am. And then in here we'll get the grace we need. And I'm going to relog to drop aggro. And from this site of grace, we're just going to head south right through the doorway here. And then up this tree at the end of the hall will be a little doorway we can enter. And now we need to traverse our way through this Scarlet Rot pool. I recommend rolling because it makes you a little bit faster. And then we'll drop down right here. And then drop down again right here. And then up inside of here is going to be a drop down right here. And then you'll find a grace down here at the end of this tunnel. And from the grace we just rested at, we're going to head back up. And then I'll show you a way we can sort of cheese this next fight we have to do. It's one of the Ulcerated Tree Spirits. I really don't like these bosses, so I'm going to cheese it. I've already killed this one before, so I don't mind this. Then I'm going to go up around here, past this guy, and then drop down this way. Get my souls. And then the trigger to get him to spawn is going to be you just walking into this rot lake, and he'll spawn right here. Quick tip, if you're doing it legitimately, he is weak to fire damage. So that is what I would recommend you bring. And then I'm going to jump over to this branch and then head up. And now we can freely cheese him. And then once you finish him off, you'll head back down. Feel free to grab that item over there. It's like a great ghost glove or something like that. So now that the tree spirit is dead, you'll come up to the top here near the Lake of Rot you were just previously at. And then you'll have a choice to make. On this side, you can invade Millicent and kill her. and that's how you'll get the Millicent's Prosthesis Talisman. But this will also take away the ability to get the unalloyed gold needle from her and go to Melania and kill Melania and use it and get Miquella's needle. So if you want Miquella's needle and the Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone from that, you'll have to be summoned to assist her. And then being summoned to assist her will give you the Rotten Winged Sword insignia. So if you want that talisman, take this path. And both of them lead to Floch's Canvas Talisman and Gowry's Bell Bearing, so you can do either one to get that talisman. But if you do the invasion side, all you have to do is kill Millicent and return to Gowry, and Floch's Canvas Talisman will be on his corpse. But if you do the summoned side, you'll have to do Melania and do the unalloyed gold needle on her flower, and then return to Gowry, and then kill Gowry, and that's how you'll get Floch's Canvas Talisman. So I'm going to do this one because I want Millicent's Prosthesis Talisman and the shorter path to Floch's Canvas Talisman, since I'm making a all talisman location video. And I'm going to go ahead and start this now and kill Millicent and get the talismans that I'm looking for. And then once you kill her,
How could you? So too hard. Was it?
like how the loading just sort of took away the dialogue there. And that will give me the Millicent's Prosthesis and end her quest line. And like I said earlier, you can always help her and get the Rotten Winged Sword insignia and go kill Melania. Use the unalloyed gold needle to get the Miquella's needle if you want that item, and a Somber Ancient Smithing Stone. So now I'm going to go back to Gowry Shack all the way in K-Lid. And when you return to Gowry's Shack, you'll find his Bell Bearing and Floch's Canvas Talisman on his corpse. And like I mentioned earlier, if you do the summoned route, he'll still be alive. And you'll have to go kill Melania and then use the needle on the flower. And that'll give you Miquella's needle, and you'll return and you'll still be alive. And then you'll just kill him. And then you'll still be able to get the Floch's Canvas Talisman. Alright, well that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a like and consider subscribing for more guide and PvP content. And I'll see you in the next video.